Do you think Justin Guarini watches Kelly Clarkson's talk show just like polishes a handgun? Like, you think he's just like every day at 2 p.m.
He whispers to himself, from Justin to Kelly. And then he's mad. He's big mad.
Yeah.
Yep. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another phenomenal episode of My Mama Told Me, the podcast where we dive deep into the pockets of Black conspiracy theories, and we finally work to prove that when Tony says Tony has done it again, what they're talking about is another drone strike in the Middle East. That's right. These motherfuckers are evil. They've been doing it for years. They're bad people. And we were singing along this entire time like that shit was cute, but it's not cute. They've murdered a lot of families. Shame on you, Raphael Sadiq. We'll never forgive you for how many people you've taken out of this world. Anyway, I'm your host, Langston Kerman, coming in hot. As always, that's sort of my thing. You guys are getting used to the way that I come in, and boy, do I come in hot every single time. But you know who's also gonna come in hot? I got a good feeling about this one, y'all. I got a real good feeling. My guest today, he's a motherfucker known for coming in hot. That's his whole vibe. He just comes in real cool and real hot at the exact same time. You guys know him from his I really enjoyed it, and I had the pleasure of being on it. His brand new podcast called NBA Storytime. He has another podcast called Airbuds. He's known in the industry as Mr. Sporty Spice. That was something he specifically told me to tell you all. And goddamn it, do I believe it? He's hilarious. You're gonna love him. Please give it up for Jamel Johnson.
What's going on? Whoa, Langston. Thanks for having me. Sporty Spice is correct. You tell UTA, you tell everybody at CAA, you tell all them niggas. The Spice is back.
The Spice
and it's
is
scary
back.
hours. And let me tell you another thing, Raphael Sadiq. We ain't even getting to the Lucy Pearl files. We ain't even get into what Lucy Pearl did to the children.
Oh, shit.
I know what the Oaktown stroke is.
Uh-huh.
I know what it is now.
Yeah, we were sitting back thinking that was a sexual move. It was not.
Fuck no. It's a move to the fucking button.
Yeah.
Knocking some heads off.
He's just got a nuclear button hidden in one of his guitar strings. That man is a bad person. I'm sure of it.
Nah, that whole shit is diabolical. Also, if you hear me cough, I just smoked a bunch of weed before this, so it's fine. I'm using them. The organic papers don't agree with my lungs.
Oh, so you're more of a just a poison papers kind of man. Just the old
for sure.
School.
Bleach. Yeah. Put the bleach. Put the coating of bleach on it. Put the pesticides on it. Put the Roundup on it.
Just
dip it in Roundup.
Weird asbestos that they had to put on it just to make it smell a certain way. I got you.
Dust light. Put that on there. Put a little, the touch of embalming fluid.
Let's get wet. Fuck it. Let's
just
do
a little
smack.
Just a sprinkle. Like if Emeril Lagasse did it, he wouldn't yell "bam." It was not even enough for a bam. A half a bam's worth.
Is it a bot? No.
It's a weekday. We're not about to get that. We're not about to get that, Liddy.
I love that. Okay, let's jump into this because you came with a conspiracy theory that I had long, and I guess to some extent still long believe. It's sort of a big one in the Black conspiracy theory youth. You know what I mean? You said, my mama told me.
Black people can't get lice because we use hair grease.
Yeah, the lice can't survive when your hair is that good looking. You know what I'm saying?
So wait, let's pause for a second because you're framing. When you said hair grease, I presumed that you were going to suggest that these lice were slipping off. But you're instead suggesting that you look too damn good and the lice are like, I can't do this to a man this
I
smooth.
can't fuck with this dude. Come on, man. He got bitches about to be all on him. He can't. I can't do this to him.
This many hoes? Nah, I gotta go somewhere else.
Nah. I gotta go. My bad. I'm not trying to fuck up y'all little menage a trois, nothing like that.
I apologize for even being here, honestly.
Yeah, I don't even got the right shoes on. My bad. My fault, sir. I mean, that's what I thought. Like, what I actually think is, some sort of like, the lice are like, they just get it as soon as it hits them. Soon as the pink lotion hits their skin, it's like immediate disintegration.
Oh, so this is like an acidic thing where it's like their armored bodies are their one weakness. It's sort of like in Signs when those aliens that were creeping around, you find out that a glass of water is their one weakness. You're saying lice.
Fucking gremlins.
Yeah, I got
dog,
you.
Exactly. All that olive oil, the Cantu, any Cantu product.
Sure.
Just sending them straight to Avengers Endgame.
A little shea butter moisture. Oh no. Oh no.
It's over.
That's our one weakness. Was that? Okay, let's start from the beginning. Because I have to assume that this is a conspiracy theory that you have long believed, that this is something you grew up with. Tell me about that.
I want to say, my mom, this comes from my mom getting me ready for school, from day one.
Mm-hmm.
And somewhere around first or second grade, she's putting some pink lotion in my shit. It's like, yeah, you need this.
Yeah.
We don't get lice. And this why. And from that moment, I was like, oh, it's like a protective coating from whiteness.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a little shield, little glaze when I go out in them streets.
I got you. A little saran wrap. A liquid saran wrap to help protect you from whatever might come your way.
Yeah, lice or just general white thoughts.
Just anything that might penetrate.
Yeah.
Could be an infestation. Could be a man's opinion on broccoli in the way that it's meant to be cooked. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Mentioning asparagus or like the concept of brunch.
Okay, so you're saying, all right, this pink lotion or these hair products are the thing that protects me. I guess the question that immediately comes to mind, because I had long presumed that Black people just couldn't get lice, period. Like lice didn't fuck with our hair. Are you saying that your mom, as she presented it to you, was without the pink lotion, you are in fact vulnerable to the possibility of lice?
It was a little bit of both. It was kind of like, we can't, but like, listen, you don't want to tempt fate.
Right.
Double down.
I got you. You were vaccinated, but you still wore your mask.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your mask on.
Yeah, you keep your mask on.
Yeah, throw some blue magic in there.
Sure.
Here's some mascara
inside of your mask with some blue magic. No way that COVID getting through.
Oh man, I can't believe I haven't seen that on Subway Creatures yet. A dude putting wave grease, putting pomade inside of his mask.
Just come out with a beard with waves and no disease. That's not a bad idea.
At all. I'm saying, if you put pomade, you can use the same mask for 7 days if you grease the inside.
That protective layer is going to keep you safe. Okay, so your mom is telling you this is like an additional level of protection. You are going to school. Are you then telling other people like, hey, y'all, FYI, we can't get lice. I hope you put your pink lotion on today because then we especially can't. Or are you like, nah, this is our little secret. I ain't really going to put people on.
Yeah, I kind of kept it to myself and just kept an eye on who got lice. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm just watching the boards every day. I'm checking in with the nurse every now and again. Like, hey, anybody come through here? What's up? What's up with you lately?
Hey, Miss Denise, we got any new patients? Or?
Yeah. What you do before lunch today? Yeah.
Did you know anybody growing up that got lice?
Honestly, no. And I went to a pretty black elementary school, so
Oh, blacks. Okay, so you
it was like,
primarily black people were your peers.
yeah, it would be like 2 or 3 white kids in my elementary school class.
Damn, and none of them got lice.
Yeah, nah. I think they got the herd immunity.
Sure. I think if I'm understanding herd immunity correctly, at least in the original version of what herd immunity was meant to be, if you can get 70% of people to essentially make themselves like immune to this thing via quarantine, exposure, and or vaccination, then everybody becomes safe because it's harder for the thing to transfer. I have to assume lice is similar, that if you're in a school primarily filled with black people, then they're essentially being made safe by the fact that there's nobody to help transfer this thing to them in the other direction.
Bro, it must be. Because I definitely, like I said, from the moment I heard it, I'm looking around at everybody.
Yeah.
I need to know who's got what is this shit?
Right.
And it never came up.
Damn.
I think there was, you know what? Okay. So I went to a whiter elementary school when I first heard this. And there might have been, I don't know if that kid got it. There was just one weird kid.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, he definitely got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it was kind of just him. And then I went to a blacker elementary school in my neighborhood. It was like a reverse. I did both reverses. So at first I was getting bused to a whiter school. You know, it was like one of these fucking dumbass smart kid elementary schools.
Some magnet where they
yeah.
Oh, we're going to take him out of his neighborhood and show him the real world. It's like, fuck you. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I was like, whatever. Then I did the reverse. The school in my neighborhood was another magnet school, but they was busing the white kids in.
I got you. So in this scenario, it was in your neighborhood and white people had to come visit for part of their day to, I guess, get a better education. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they learn how to, duck school security and go across the street to the corner store if nothing else.
Fuck yeah. That's a fair time. I'm not mad at that. It's
pretty chill.
That's how you learn life skills in a different direction.
For sure, man. You got to know how to, move in a room full of vultures.
So nobody you knew growing up except for one weird kid ends up with lice.
Except for one weird white kid who was white.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else. Lice has never been a thing in my life.
And
I only know a couple, like 2 niggas who got bed bugs.
Yeah. So in a strange way, we've actually done an episode about bed bugs. Clark Jones came with a conspiracy theory that he thinks that mattress companies actually are developing and increasing the amount of bed bugs, basically so that they can keep selling more mattresses. Yeah.
Oh, that makes a ton of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. And I'm not high. And I still was like, all right, I'm listening.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's sort of, it all clicks together. That said, it is interesting that same theory about like the hair grease and the oils that we use for our skin does not apply to other insects, right? Like Black people are not above an infestation of certain kinds. We're just saying, it sounds like the main theory is that the infestation doesn't really happen to your person as much as it might happen to your items.
Yeah, how come we haven't figured out how to stop roaches yet?
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. I don't have an answer, but it definitely is a legitimate question to be asking, because it seems like with all of the technological advances that have happened in the world, a lot of these infestations should have been ended a long time ago.
Yeah, I let off a fucking EMP in my apartment.
Hell yeah.
Whatever. Come on, dog. Yo, get these shits up out of here. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's electrocute these roaches, like sonically or whatever it is that an EMP is. I don't know science.
Yeah, guile comes to it's a sonic boom.
Yep.
You have to hold back for 2 seconds and then forward punch.
Yeah, Guile comes to your crib. He does that sonic boom, and then, no more roaches.
Yeah. Second conspiracy theory, Guile from Street Fighter is Puerto Rican.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a goddamn minute. What?
Come on. Why does his hair stick up? How does his hair stay up like that? He might be Dominican.
Sure.
But he is not a white guy.
That's not a regular white dude.
That flag is red, white, and blue in a different format. The stars and bars is not in the right place.
God damn. Hey, if that's
and he's
true,
been tan as shit.
I'll say this. If that's true,
Well, that's how they get you.
that's how they get you, because he has long been positioned as sort of an American hero, a traditional American hero, white guy, blonde hair, blue eyes. He's fighting for your rights, citizen. Like they used to, you click on that American flag for the location and it just felt like a goddamn American time. And it turns out he's just a brave Puerto Rican fighting for our rights.
Fighting for our rights because you don't got shit better to do, dog.
No.
Because they fired him from the fucking, you know what I'm saying, Magruders or whatever, you know what I'm saying, some grocery store's assistant manager. And now he just trying to make the ends meet.
I will say, if he's Dominican, that does explain why he was always wearing that 50 Cent tank top back in
That's what I'm saying, bro. Come on, man. You don't know no white dudes who dress like that. Period.
Just a 50 Cent tank top and some big old cargos.
Son, in the boots? Come on, son. White dudes don't know how he was cuffing his jeans, his cargo, you know what I'm saying, camouflage pants in his jeans in 92, dog.
Yeah, no, he put them inside. And that is a very, either he is Dominican and or Puerto Rican, or he's just from New York and grew up in one of those neighborhoods where this just became the swag. But either way, they're not telling that side of his story.
Yeah, they didn't mention he won 2 handball tournaments.
Either way, his bodega man is calling him Poppy. And it doesn't matter if it's legitimate Poppy or an earned Poppy. He is Poppy.
He is Poppy, and that is something that they leave out of the instructions when you open them. You look at the manual of the game.
Yeah, and then when they made the fucking movie, they made Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Van Damme, that nigga's from Brussels.
He's from Brussels and not a martial artist. Did you know that? Completely faking martial arts.
For real?
He was a dancer. Jean-Claude Van Damme was a dancer who basically learned how to do high kicks and then tricked a bunch of people into believing he was a martial artist. And then later, I think he kind of sort of backwards studied the shit.
Well, I respect the jug in any capacity. I'm currently trying to trick people into thinking I'm a WNBA analyst. So, God bless you, John Claude.
Sure.
I've learned from the greats.
Analyst. Hey, man, I watch some games and I have opinions. Here we go.
Yeah, exactly. I've watched more than 6 games in one season. You know what I'm saying? I know who 80% of the coaches in the leagues, whole name.
Yeah. Now
Get at me.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, that's an analyst. You've pretty much earned the title in my book. I don't know if that works for ESPN, but it definitely works for My Momma Told Me, the podcast.
Yeah, I'm never moving to Connecticut, but fuck with me, dog. The Shaq is asleep.
Yeah.
In the back of these fucking TNT buildings inside the NBA breaks.
Yeah, he
taking
doesn't
naps,
give a
dog.
fuck.
I'm fully awake for these WNBA games. What the fuck? Come on, son.
I love that.
I fucking bought CBS Sportsnet or whatever the fuck. I'm not even using my mom's passwords no more.
Sure.
My mama told me get off my passwords.
Yeah. They should let you be an analyst just for that. You spent money on their products.
Come on, son. Also, the price of WNBA League Pass, absurdly cheap. It's like $13 for the year.
Oh, wow. That's heartbreaking.
It's $13 for the year.
That's disheartening as fuck. You want to believe that they would at least charge, a respectable number for their league pass. But nope, $13 sounds like they don't give a fuck about them.
$13 will get you the whole league. And it's also the only way you can watch the Indiana Fever. The Indiana Fever only exists online. It's like a virtual brand.
Whoa.
It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this. Are you hugely invested in the Indiana Fever?
I mean, Not yet. I've been trying to speak with the owners group. They haven't returned any of my calls or emails.
Sure.
Or text. I keep texting a landline.
Yep.
And that just keeps getting thrown back to my phone.
They're
But once I
like-
figure out the right number,
Yeah, you're going to be an Indiana fever man.
I got a fever right now.
Okay. I want to get back to this lice.
Can't say that.
I got a fever right now. I want to get back to this lice because I am curious if you feel like there's any correlation, and I know we've been talking a little bit about the COVID of it all, but there's any correlation to the way that Black people treated COVID in the beginning, much in the way that we're talking about lice now. You know what I mean? Like there was that first like 3 months of COVID where it had not quite made it to the United States, or even when it had, it was mostly in like white nursing homes in like Washington. And so we started to spread that theory that Black people couldn't get it. And I wonder if you see any correlation there.
I'm going to say yes, because I definitely was like, feeling pretty Black right now. I'm feeling good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just taking my own internal stock. I'm like, all right, as long as I listen to Optimistic, as long as I watch the learning montage in House Party 2 once or twice a week,
Sure.
I should be straight.
Yeah, I do remember like that first month and a half walking down the street and be like, hey, brother, say, Jack, feeling good today? All right, man.
Hey, you know me, man. You know, I'm just staying up, staying as live as possible. Playboy.
There was just like a warmth in the air around Black people. We're like, hey, you know, we good though. Whatever they about to go through, we straight.
And that is because of the blue shit that they put the combs and clippers in at the barbershop. That blue shit just merely being in our presence was enough.
To give us the confidence, you're saying, to presume that lice was not
lice and or COVID.
Oh,
that's
both
what
of
I'm
these
saying.
things.
That's the barbicide shit.
Yeah,
that's a COVID thing. And you see how things switched once they finally started closing the salons and barbershops.
Whoa,
now we're not around the barber side more.
Wait a goddamn minute. Now you're going to have to articulate. You're on something hot right now. I feel like this is a talk that talk kind of vibe. You just hit something I've never heard before, and I'm excited to hear it play out. I'm going to give you 30 seconds. I'm going to play some music underneath you. Jamel, talk that talk.
Come on, man. You've been in a barbershop. You've been in the hair salon. That blue tub of shit in the corner that they put all them combs and all this shit, and they take the guards off the clippers. They all put it in there, and guess what? Everybody leaves and their shit is clean. Dirty niggas come in and get fucking fades every other day at the barbershop. And niggas be leaving clean, dog. That barber shit, it's like hood nigga. It's like a Bluetooth. It's like a router. It's connected to us in our mental, in our physical, in our spirit, you feel me? So once we're around it, the shit be having us straight, bro. It's like when you in fucking, it's like when you hit home base, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can hit the refresh button.
Yep.
Once you get it, you're with it.
Yeah.
When they took it from us, you see how things change.
God damn. God shit.
That's called motherfucking bars, nigga. You know nothing about that.
God damn. I had never
drop a bomb, Flex.
I had never considered, even for a second, the possibility that them taking our barbershops away from us and the blue serums that live in those barbershops potentially being the cause of this increased outbreak that followed.
It releases a slow invincibility essence to anyone. If you step in the building,
right,
you're good.
It's like those Febreze plugins. It's sort of like it lives in the air for everybody nearby. And you're saying if you take away these plugins, these not plugged in plugins, suddenly a bunch of us are susceptible in a way that we weren't previously.
Come on, man. You never seen nobody refill it? You've never seen it move? You've actually never seen anybody put anything in it?
No. Either. I've never seen anyone refill it. And I've also never seen any of that liquid get any lower. Do you know what I mean? Like, presumably,
Exactly.
stuff evaporates. Eventually, there's got to be a water component to it, which means the water will eventually, like, sort of like dry off and become a part of the air.
That's what I'm saying, nigga.
Yeah.
That shit is from the river Styx, nigga. That shit is not of this earth, dog. That's why only authorized places get it.
Whoa. And this protects us from COVID. This protects us from lice. This essentially is like a life water, if you will, that we have access to and that the government is intentionally trying to keep us away from.
Because they don't even know where we got it from. So all they can do is close the barbershop.
Right.
It protects us from all that It protects us from buying timeshares. All that bullshit.
Well, it's just like a mental lubrication as well as a physical sort of like saran wrap protector.
Exactly.
Damn.
The cement, it seeps all the way down.
Golly. This is heavy shit.
I fucked my own head up with that one.
What's wild is I don't even know what the blue stuff is. It's not like you go to a store and you walk down the aisle, even the ethnic hair care section. It's not like you go, oh, blue stuff. Oh, that's the blue stuff for the barbershop.
Exactly. It's not in any Sally's Beauty Supply anywhere. It's not in China.
Nope.
It's not, bro.
Damn.
I'm telling you.
This is heavy shit. We have a lot to think about. Jamel's dropping bombs out of nowhere about barbicide that none of us had considered. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back with more Jamel Johnson and more My Mama Told Me. And we are back.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Yeah, we're back here with more Jamel Johnson, more My Mama Told Me. We're still talking about lice and the possibility that Black people can't get it because of our hair products, and the possibility that Black people can't get it because of the barbicide that lives in our barbershops and protects us always despite us not even knowing it. Here's what I want to do. I want to jump into some of the research that we have. I did a little bit of research on the subject of hair lice.
You go to liceaunties.com?
I did go to liceaunties.com. I was a little thrown by the name, if I'm being completely honest. It was troubling to think that there are aunties out here focused entirely on lice.
On lice, I know. They should there's other things.
Yeah, aunties, like maybe be fun aunts who don't come with bad news every fucking time I talk to you.
You know somebody got lice down the block.
Right.
Yo, let's go bowling. What you doing?
Well, if you're familiar with lice aunties, then I have to imagine you've looked up a little bit of information for yourself. It turns out that Black people can, in fact, get head lice. This isn't some impossible thing for us. Although they do say, these lice aunties do tell us that it is a lot more difficult for Black people to get head lice than it is for our white counterparts. It's hard. It's hard news to sort of take in. Yeah. It's hard news to process. Are you still in disbelief, or are you like, no, I still want to hear more to know whether or not this is in fact true?
I want to hear more, but I'd like to see the Carfax, obviously. Hey, show me who then.
Yep.
Tell me where they at.
Hell yeah. Give me that
What
Kelly
town?
Blue Book. Give me the whole breakdown of the whole thing. Okay, so here's what I'll tell you. There was a 1985 study that shows that while about 10% of Caucasian children got lice, only about 0.03% of Black children ended up getting lice. So
yeah, man. And one of them kids was fucking Steve Martin in The Jerk. Nigga, that don't count.
Sure. And that it does. It's such a low percentage that it almost feels like you're basically saying almost no one. You know what I mean? Like you're 0.03%, that few people are actually getting lice. You might as well just be like, it's zero motherfuckers. It's just one weird kid who kind of has different hair or didn't put on any hair grease for the entirety of his life.
Yeah, the one kid who came out with a blonde wig like Lil' Kim. Come on, son. That only happened once.
Sure.
That's like when you see the Cheeto that look like Jesus, man.
Right.
The shit only happens once, man.
It's not
real.
It's a freak situation. This isn't a real, there's no real Jesus Cheeto.
I'm imagining one black kid in a classroom of 30, and he's the only black kid, and it's 29 white kids, and 18 of these little fuckers got it. And they're like, hey, you want to play kickball with us? And he's like, no, nigga, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
And then just got it just off proximity.
Sure. I think there is a really interesting factor here too of thinking about the types of kids that probably end up getting lice. And I don't know how growing up, at least for me, I'm a little more of a suburban kid, and there were those kids who didn't like being black. Like they worked really hard to like impress the white kids and be a part of the white groups and truly did everything they could to not like intermix with their black peers. It's like, yeah, that's probably the motherfucker that got lice. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, come on, dude. You want to be the SCA president?
Yeah.
You deserve lice.
Come on, man. You're being you know what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
What are you getting? Taco Lunchables? You know what you're doing.
You in civics class writing about affirmative action?
Yeah.
Yo.
And not in a good way.
Son.
Not in a promotional way of affirmative action.
Yeah. You came to the Halloween sock hop dressed like Clarence Thomas. Hey, wait.
Right, Clarence. And that's a great example. Clarence Thomas is probably the type of motherfucker that represents that 0.03%.
Man, finding out about Clarence Thomas was definitely a wild one.
In what sense?
Just that he sucked. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he was down for the fall and all that shit like that. Because all I knew when I was little was like, oh shit, we got a black judge?
Oh, that was your first.
What I'm saying? I didn't know.
That was your first learning of Clarence Thomas was him as a judge.
Well, I guess just seeing him when he got confirmed Supreme Court.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
See, my first, and maybe this is just a very telling story about who my family was. My first knowledge of Clarence Thomas came from him putting that pubic hair on the Coke can.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
Yeah, my boy's freaky, man. He's into some wild shit, and that's,
bro, OD strange.
Yeah,
and like I didn't know what the fuck none of it was. I'm just like, oh, we got one black dude in a robe that's lit, and then I happened to meet his kid. Played against my little brother. My little brother used to play AAU back in the day. And my dad was coaching. Shout out to the Metro Thunder. I don't know if they exist anymore. But we're it's Metro Thunder. They're playing the Fairfax Stars. Clarence Thomas's kid is in the game. And I'm like, oh shit, that's Holmes from the Robe. And I was just like, hey, what's up?
The Robe.
And then, I dapped him up. He's also buff as shit.
His son
at this time.
Or
he's buff.
Clarence Thomas is under that robe?
Under that robe, this nigga is buff, bro.
No fucking way is Clarence Thomas buff under that robe.
Well, probably not now, but this was like a smooth 15 years ago. But
yeah,
at the time, yeah.
Holy shit.
Buff Bagwell.
This is new for me. I had no idea that Clarence Thomas was in there doing, you know what I mean? Like, you don't think that, I guess I'd never associate any judge with being sexy flexy, but I'm definitely not the most coony judge of all time.
Yeah, especially, but hey, I guess he, that's his insurance plan for, when the coonery backfires.
Yeah, he's like, hey, call me a coon to my face, I'll beat your ass. Y'all niggas talking real hot on the internet, but I'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
Just Clarence Thomas ripping off his robe and having abs and fucking like biceps under there. Oh man.
It fucked my head up. I come to school, I tell the fucking, the history teacher, government teacher, I'm like, I seen what's his face? Clarence Thomas. She's like, you mean this fucking the most wackish nigga on the planet? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, yeah, check this out. And I was like, oh shit, pube in the Coke can, anti-affirmative action. He said what?
Yeah.
And I was just like, damn, Clarence.
My boy don't even like having brown poops. He hates being black in every shape and form.
Sad as shit.
It's not great. let's learn a little bit more about these lice though, because I was curious specifically about your question, your element that you added to this about the hair grease. Because as I mentioned before, my biggest question, or at least my belief as this started, was that Black people just couldn't get lice, that just wasn't possible for us. And as it turns out, the lice, because of the shape and texture of Black people's hair on average, obviously Black hair is very different and spans, all kinds of diaspora, right? There's a shit ton of different kinds of Black hair, but Black people's hair and texture in general tends to make it harder for the lice's grasping hooks to make their way around the hair shaft. And because lice basically crawl up and down the shaft as their mode of transportation and then stick their eggs, they literally like glue their eggs to the side of the hair follicles. They have more trouble holding on to our shit and thus aren't able to lay their eggs, make their families, and procreate in our fucking scalps.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
It's pretty tight. It's an encouraging thing. Now, unfortunately, I'm mixed with the white devil. And so I presume that based on this information, I am at least slightly, if not substantially more susceptible to the possibility of lice than maybe you are on the other side of this
Your shit laid down crazy when it grow. Do you look like Matt Barnes?
Nah, see, I do have curly ass hair, but it's less like Matt Barnes and more like Corbin Blue. Do you know what I mean? Like it gets into
out.
Yeah.
That you couldn't just like finger wave it.
No. It's like what was his name? The motherfucker from American Idol, that Kelly and what was the other one?
Oh yeah, from Justin Guarini.
Justin Guarini. I get some Justin Guarini going. It's a little thicker than that, but it's a curl thing more than it is like a tight coil, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
I will say that, and I just found this out. Justin Guarini, he's currently working right now. Lil Sweet. The
Dr. Pepper,
the Dr. Pepper motherfucker. That's Justin Guarini this whole time.
Hey, congratulations to you, Justin. That's a great bag because they brought him back like 3 times.
Yep.
Hey, he's caking.
Yeah. They were like, Prince won't do it? Fine. We'll dress up American Idol's number 2, Justin Guarini.
Yeah, no problem. We'll take one of Pinky's old wigs. Throw a headband on that.
So he's doing fine, I think. I think he's doing better than I thought he would be. He's doing better than Ruben Studdard and Clay Aiken.
Yeah, man, feel bad for Ruben because Ruben won one, dude. He got a clean one.
Yeah, he won one, but then he had to make music afterwards, and that wasn't really his thing, as it turns out.
It's true. He had no follow, but Sorry for 2004, pretty good song. I personally, it was a rough school year for me, being one of the few fat niggas in school. I was sorry for 2004 a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So that song hit home in a way that you're like, I'm rooting for you, Ruben.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I was fucking with it, but it was like, damn.
Damn. Here's some more information that I think is somewhat helpful for some of these conversations we're having. As it turns out, and this is contrary to your theory, this same study that I'm talking about does say that cultural use of oils and greases and whatever else we put in our hair does not actually stop the lice from spreading. It's not like the lice are just slipping off of our greasy ass heads. And part of the reason we use oils and we use grease in our hair, and this is more me speaking to some of our white listeners, is because Black hair, because of its tight coiling, tends to not hold the oil the same way that white people's hair does, right? So like white people hair gets matted down in oil, which is why you motherfuckers need to wash your hair way more often. Black people's hair doesn't hold it the same, so you add oil basically because that oil tends to dry out faster in Black hair. Does that make sense? I don't know why I'm saying it to you as if you don't understand.
But true. And if you got like a new short set,
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It'll just like if you could get a little gleam,
yep,
off the top, it's like, ooh, this shit. I feel like a new Lexus or something. Like I just came out the body shop.
Yeah, I remember watching that I Need a Girl Part 2 video, and Loon with like when he would dance around, and he had that was back when they were doing them perm shits and the weird they were smoothing their hair down a lot. But man, when his hair would shine as he danced next to Diddy, I was like, God damn, you're a hero.
That's the one, dog. Niggas been doing the same shit to they shit since the 20s, bro.
Right.
It's like that 20 shit is crazy. The shit like
the conch?
Silk head wrap area. Yeah, a fucking conch, dude.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Wayans brothers that like they had that like shifty character?
Yeah.
He had a conch for like 4 seasons.
Yeah. No, now he's on the Disney Channel.
Yo.
He was on Zack and Cody after he did the Wayans brothers. It's truly
that's
a fascinating turn. Okay. I want to bring up a few more elements to this conversation that I think are going to be useful to us. The CDC actually did a breakdown, because one of the things that I wanted to know is like, why is it that even if white people can get lice, why it sort of spreads so often in their community? And the CDC did a breakdown of uncommon transferences of lice.
Because they dirty as shit.
Well, that's it. Listen.
So that's how they get you.
That's not completely off base. One of the things that they said was that lice can be transferred through wearing clothing of someone who's been infested, hats, scarves, coats, sports uniforms, hair ribbons. It also can come from using infested combs, brushes, or towels, and lying on bed, couch, pillow, carpet, or using, I guess, sharing stuffed animals of people who are recently infested. And one of the things that really stood out to me in this is the sharing of combs and brushes, which is something, and even hats and scarves is not something that I think is super common for Black people.
Yeah, not really. Kind of always had my own. I've never been like, yo, let me see your brush.
Yeah. I remember as a young person feeling very, I have mine, you have yours kind of vibes. And I feel like that was something my mom had taught me right from the beginning, that like, yo, you don't go sharing everybody's like comb and brush or whatever it is you need to get your hair to lay down.
Yeah, hell no, dude. No, you can't see my fucking pic.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's like, I'm going to keep this in my head, and then you can keep yours in your head, and then we all have separate heads.
Yeah, super personal, dude. It's my fucking head, man. It's like a toothbrush.
Uh-huh. Yeah, in a lot of ways
it's toothbrush level.
Yeah.
No way.
You could see it. Somebody takes their pick out, and it has like little beady bees on it and
yeah,
grease.
I'm like, if I see dog, no.
Yeah, it's a very, I think, a white thing to share a comb. And even I remember as a young person going to like stores, department stores and shit, and you not wanting to try on the hats because that felt like some sort of invasion of like privacy with another person, or sort of a breaking of a social norm or a rule. Whereas, if you watch fucking Clueless, they put on every hat that they could find and just pass them to each other. Do I look cute? Yeah, I look cute. You look cute too. We're cute.
Yeah, what about me now?
Just a very different, I think, cultural norm. And so subsequently, it at least implies the possibility that in sharing these hats and combs and scarves, I guess you can find yourself suddenly sharing the bugs that infest them.
Motherfuckers sharing broccoli cheese soup in a bread bowl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Getting lice. Nasty.
You're nasty. You're nasty. And that's really what Jamel wants you to walk away hearing today is you motherfuckers are nasty. And that's the reason you got lice.
Yeah, low-key nasty, dude. We are in our DNA not nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Generations from the jump.
Yeah.
From the foundation. Never been nasty.
Yeah. I do think to some extent that, and I've theorized about this a few times before, I do think that there are just very different standards for the way that Black and white people approach cleanliness. I think white people spend a lot of time thinking about cleanliness of the larger environment, right? Like the earth. Mm-hmm. That's where all these no littering campaigns come from, and sort of like this idea of like mowing your lawns and sort of creating these pristine public spaces is very much, I think, a white standard of living, whereas I think Black people put a little more priority in the cleanliness of their home in person. So it's like,
Own ass.
yeah, it's like, no, I don't give a fuck if I litter out in the world, which is not a good thing. That's not something I'm saying is right, but it is like, but I'm never going to do that in my own fucking dwelling place where I sleep and shit.
Yeah. And we know niggas can be dirty. I've seen an Instagram comedy sketch.
Mm-hmm.
I know what it's like when you go to the girl's crib and her place is dirty.
Yeah.
I know what that feel like.
Yeah.
But they put the roaches on us. They was mad because we can't get lice.
Right.
And imported roaches in our crib.
And
so a lot of that shit you can't even, you know what I'm saying?
And that's the hard part, right? Is that like with all infestations, it only takes one nasty motherfucker to turn it into everybody's problem. Whereas I think that if you create cultural norms that allow this thing to happen, you can find yourself where 10% of your population is sort of like dealing with this infestation because you just, you know, you're all sharing combs and fucking scarves. I never once let my friend wear my do-rag. Not once in my life.
Never came up, never will.
Nobody ever
I
asked.
wouldn't ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't come up, dude. Hey, nice Dewey. I need a new one.
Hey.
I'll go get one on my own.
What is that? One of Bow Wow's? Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick me one. Yeah. I'm going to pick up one.
I see
okay.
that. Yeah. Next time I go see Akbibi and them, I'm going to go get me a 3-pack of those. Not yours.
Not yours. That's not for me. One of the things that I wanted to make sure that I at least looked into, and I'll present this to you and then we'll take one more break. One of the things I was a little worried about was, does this then imply, this whole Black people not being able to get lice, that we also can't get crabs? Are Black people somehow immune to pubic lice? And as it turns out, those are not the same at all.
They got the hooks in a different place, dog.
Those hooks they got a real different energy with their hooks. Them motherfuckers know how to climb in any environment. You know what I mean? They're not worried at all about the texture of your hair.
Yeah, they popped the trunk on us immediately.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, y'all okay, you doing that? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I got just a thing for you niggas. What's up?
Yep, Black people, you're not immune. You are pretty invincible to regular lice, but boy, oh boy, are you not immune to pubic lice. Crabs is a real problem that you can suffer from.
Listen, man, there's some things Barbicide just can't deal with.
Yep. And in fact, I have to presume that the chemical melding of Barbicide and fuck nigga conversation actually makes crabs a lot more available and worse for people in the barbershop.
It turns the crab. Once you say you don't eat pussy,
yep,
it's like an 8% chance. Your chances raise daily. Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of problematic opinions that come from motherfuckers with crabs in a barbershop. So, you know.
That makes a ton of sense. Whoever, the first dude to say they're excited for Cosby to go back on tour.
Yeah. That nigga got crabs.
He got crabs.
And that really should be how we treat those people, is we start just pointing out, we stop spending all this time trying to correct their behavior and tell them like, shame on you, you shouldn't feel that way. It's just like, oh yeah, you got crabs. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have you down as with crabs.
Yeah.
I have you marked.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You're good over there. Yeah. No, I don't need anything from the store.
Nah, man. Yeah, hey, pick yourself up some crabs medication, huh? How about that?
Yeah, for sure. Do that. Get some wave grease for your pubes, please.
All right. We're going to take one more break. We'll be back with more Jamel Johnson and more My Mama Told Me. And we are back.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Yeah, we're back. For a second, I thought it was something else, but it ain't. I thought for sure I had a drop that was set up in a different way, but it was just the actual fucking song that
thought that was coming for us, dog.
Hey, sometimes, you know, with all these drops, I try to play something that's going to be like a surprising turn on some of these things. But sometimes it's just it's exactly what you asked for.
What is it that every rap song with real sirens in it scares me. I'm smoking weed in my car.
Yeah.
And then Fireman starts.
Oh, boy.
I'm like, oh, these niggas is behind me.
Yeah.
No, they're not. It's just Lil Wayne. It's about to
Just
flick a
Lil
lighter.
Wayne
You're fine.
antagonizing poor people again with his sirens.
Niggas all like to ride around in 94 to 1998 Crown Vics. Looks just like a cop car.
I don't even like when Bobby Valentino used to go, wee, 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 because nope, sounds like the police to me. You got me, Bobby.
Yo. Hell yeah. I remember Bobby came to Norfolk State homecoming one year. My friend went to Norfolk State. We were just like, God, this is the tiniest nigga in the universe.
Hell yeah, this nigga little.
This nigga's little as shit, bro. Oh my God.
I love Bobby Valentino. Mostly in that exact way. It's just a cutie pie trying his best. You know what I mean?
Come on, man. A little guy in a full denim suit.
Mm-hmm. Just wanting to be a part of something real bad.
Also, with the wet, dry curl. He had the curl.
Very popular in an era before Bobby Valentino came around, and then some reason
He looked like the S-curl box. The man off the S-curl box.
Yeah. And he was the size of the man on the S-curl box.
The box. Yeah, to scale.
Okay, we're going to play a game. This is a brand new game. A game that I created just for you. It's a brand new game called Keep Your Third Eye on the Ball.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Keep your third eye on the ball. And this is a fun game where I am going to
I got my baseball shit on. I'm ready.
Okay. Yep. I see you. You're looking very baseballed out. I don't know if that's a thing that people say. It probably is.
It might be.
It
could be.
We're going to start it here. But what I'm going to do is introduce to you a number of professional athletes, famous athletes who have come out in some way, shape, or form as conspiracy theorists. And what I would love for you to do is just unpack where you think these conspiracies come from, how much you believe them, if you think that this is grounded in some kind of logical sense, or if they're just talking fucking crazy. Does that make sense?
Sounds good. I think I got it.
Cool. So let's start easy. This is a fun one, a nice, easy one. Maybe the most famous conspiracy theory that came out of an athlete, Kyrie Irving, famously came out as a flat earther a few years back. What do you think about Kyrie Irving and his flat earth theory?
I mean, just because you good at dribbling doesn't mean everywhere is flat, nigga. Come on. I knew he was fucking around because that's just the next generation of NBA guys is all about like, what is normal?
Yeah.
What is the truth for real?
Yep.
But what if it wasn't?
Yeah,
I mean,
I will say that I had in a very weird way, I actually was front row to his announcement of Flat Earth. That like, I ended up being at the All-Star game that year that he did that.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
Yeah, I was like doing some, shoot, whatever. And they asked Kyrie, I guess he had already made the statement, but they asked Kyrie in person, like, yo, do you really think the earth was flat? And he was like, yeah. But like in a very like, I'm fucking with you kind of way.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
And then they asked LeBron James, who was literally at the podium next to him, because that's how they set up all the All-Star shit. It's just people sitting next to each other with separate reporters. And they go, LeBron, did you hear that Kyrie thinks the earth is flat? And then LeBron turns to him and he goes, yo, Ree, you think the earth is flat? And he was like, yeah. But like they're both giggling and they're having a good time. It was a fun All-Star weekend. And then you can tell the motherfucker doesn't actually think it's flat as much as he just liked playing the game.
Wanted to fuck with the press.
Yeah.
But had no idea like the strength of his words, just because Twitter is so insane now. He's just like, I'm going to say something jokingly, and the press is definitely going to eat it up like it's a scoop. And because they're crazy. But then it turned into like, there's like I think there's people who still think the earth is flat now.
Yes. There's quite a few people. It's a
'Cause
whole community of people that think that the earth is flat, and some of them are there because their favorite ball handler said it.
like, if the earth is flat, why does the sun move around, bitch?
I mean, I've heard many arguments for what that is. I think some people believe that the sun is moving around the flat surface, much like essentially that we are sort of the opposite of that tray in the microwave. Do you know what I mean? That it'd be like the microwave is moving around us and we're the tray in the middle.
What in the fuck?
Hey man, I didn't say I liked it. I'm just saying that's the argument I've heard.
So do niggas think the earth is thin?
That's a good question. I don't know if they think it's thin crust or deep dish, but I do know that they think it's flat at the top. So I got to look into that one.
Thin crust earth?
Brooklyn style earth. Okay, let's dig into another one. This one's way less fun than that first one. Curt Schilling. We're talking baseball. He's a baseball guy, I believe. But Curt Schilling actually came out and called some of those Parkland kids crisis actors. He believed that some of the people who were a part of one of the most terrifying school shootings in American history were faking it. What do you think about old Curt Schilling and his argument that they're crisis actors?
Well, I just checked up on him. He's from Alaska, so, he's just a white guy who loves guns.
Yep.
He just thinks guns can't be wrong.
Yep. My daddy like guns. My brother like guns. My mama like guns. Guns ain't never hurt nobody.
Guns can't do nothing wrong. They never hurt nobody. Now these kids want to come around, act like a gun got a hold of them somehow. Yeah, right.
Like the gun blocked the doorway and pulled its gun penis out. It made me feel uncomfortable. No, guns don't do that.
No. Yeah, how could a gun shoot another gun?
Mm-hmm.
Guns don't have fingers.
Wake up, sheeple. Guns don't have fingers. I love that. Okay, let's do another one. This is a fun one. Ronda Rousey did a podcast a few years ago where she argued that 9/11 was an inside job. She was asked if she believed it was an inside job, and Ronda Rousey said yes. She emphatically believes that 9/11 was an inside job. What are your thoughts on Ronda Rousey's inside job theory?
Well, I just want to know who she thinks was inside.
Okay.
I think it was an inside job, but I just don't know who was in the motherfucking house at the time when it was inside.
Okay, so you're with Ronda on this one. You're like...
A little bit. I mean, to say inside, like, I think some niggas went rogue and did their thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
But, the setup is totally on us. Everybody know that. We was throwing these niggas guns and tanks and shit and just like, okay, bootleg any VHS you want and don't hit our line. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Don't make eye contact with me. Just take all these bootleg copies of Dunstan checked in, flip those. You know what I'm saying? We'll get, I don't know if you've seen Wire Season 2, but it's going to be about the docs.
Yep.
So you could keep moving. You could keep moving the boy. Everybody's going to be Ronned out.
A lot of people don't love that season, but it's actually still a solid season. You should check it out.
I think it's fantastic. You should check that out.
Be cool.
Yeah, I think it's great.
Yep. I do think there's a level of legitimacy to what you're saying in that we did foster a lot of relationships with the people that ultimately did the thing, right? Like this wasn't like out of nowhere, a bunch of weirdos attacked us. It's like, no, these are literally the people that you armed and built relationships with. And so in that way, that probably has like an inside job quality to it. I think Rhonda's suggesting that it was literally like planned by the U.S. government as like basically I don't know exactly why, but that the U.S. government intentionally flew its own planes into our buildings.
Well, see, it's like, I feel that, but we just love money too much.
Mm-hmm.
And the key to America and what America wants more than anything is to just keep getting money unopposed.
Yep.
With no interruptions, no break, unless it's a commercial break in a football game. You know what I'm saying? We don't need no other. Make sure the jets fly across the stadium. No flaws, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We in and out. Need the trains running on time.
Yep.
Because I got some paper coming on. I got some bitches coming. Cannot be late. They can't be late. I need this money right now.
And I think in that way, I've always believed that I at least personally believe, I don't believe that we flew our own planes into those buildings, but I do believe that once those planes flew into those buildings, a bunch of money motherfuckers put their heads together and went, how can we turn this into a profit that did not previously
we got to get this back.
exist?
We got to get this back right now. Oh,
Yes.
shit. The money guys get back on defense quick.
Oh, they slap the floor when they get back like Duke players. You know what I mean?
They putting up the Giannis wall, dog. We not letting nothing through. We get back.
Get back, baby.
And they knew, like, of course, that's why they picked the World Trade Center, because we had these niggas over for fucking, summer cotillion.
Mm-hmm.
And they was like, oh, that's where the bread is.
Yep. They're like, oh, you're the greatest representation of your wealth. That's going down, baby.
Yeah, we got you. We got y'all pegged right now.
Let's do two more. There are two more fun ones that I'd love to throw your way. Number one, and this is a pretty fun one, is Steph Curry actually about 2 years ago got in trouble for saying that he believed the moon landing was fake. That he was on a podcast with Vince Carter, and Vince Carter, I think it was Vince Carter and friends. I don't remember who was on the podcast, but he's on a podcast with Vince Carter and basically admitted that he thinks that the moon landing was a complete fake. And then later he had to apologize because he's Steph Curry, and holy moly, don't love when Steph Curry behaves that way.
Yeah, you can't. You know what I'm saying? ABC, Disney ain't playing like that.
No, not at all. What do you think, though, about Steph Curry's suggestion that there is a faked moon landing? Is there any legitimacy to it, and why do you think Steph Curry is saying that?
I'm kind of fucking with him because, one, we never put shit up there.
Mm-hmm.
America is about getting dollars and making that shit move. And if we could send 13, 14 sets of niggas to the moon, why ain't it? It's not no McDonald's up there.
Right.
There's no Athlete's Foot up there. There's no fucking Wetzel's Pretzels up there.
I got you.
And I can remember because Fox, they're not, they don't got the Disney hooks. I remember Fox did a conspiracy theory. Remember when Fox in the 90s was very about uncovering conspiracies?
Mm-hmm.
Here's the secret magician.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They was on all that type of shit. And they was like, here's why the moon landing's fake. Because how the fuck you even get out there? It's like 9 layers of radiation.
Whoa.
That like niggas don't know shit about and blah, blah, blah. And the lights and shit. And I also, and I like that we faked it.
Okay.
Let me say that. Because at the time, you remember it was the space race with Russia and shit. So it's this, we're like, it's a shouting match with us and Russia. And nobody knows what anybody's got.
Yep.
But everybody's ready to push the button. But we all know that, like, after World War II, like, niggas really got shit now that could really end the world. So it's like, we like, damn, Russia really might jump back at us. What's the best way to get Russia to calm down? Beat them in the space race because they care, because they're really trying to get out there. Let's just go to Burbank and shoot one, dog.
And I will say that, and I'm cautious about the way that I say this, but in support of what you're saying, I will say that there is a fair amount of evidence that the U.S. was well behind Russia in terms of their preparation.
Yeah, because they really smart, dog.
Yeah, the Russians were way ahead of us, and that's part of why Operation Paperclip even happened in the first place. And Operation Paperclip being when we basically took a bunch of Nazi scientists and allowed them to basically make their way into the U.S. and become U.S. citizens for the sake of using their developments in efforts for our Cold War, like sort of like defenses, and then ultimately the space race. So like there is some evidence that even if those German scientists weren't able to save us, maybe a fake moon landing did.
I'm telling you, JFK was looking around like, yo, y'all got Nazi niggas in here? They already sent a dog up there, dog. We fucked, man.
Yeah.
We don't got shit except for 40 Nazis. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas, dude?
I hope he said it exactly like that. I hope that's verbatim. I hope that's an exact quote from JFK yelling at his scientists. All we got is 40 Nazis. What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Is an exact quote from JFK.
This shit is dumb as hell. I'm calling Ed Sullivan. We going to Burbank and we're just gonna film one because they don't even got TV. We figured out how to make our shit swaggy, and so that's how we beat them on some Bugs Bunny shit.
That's perfect. One last person for you to dig into. Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush of USC fame and later a Heisman Trophy that they took back from him. Reggie Bush has recently come out as an anti-vaxxer. He's not into vaccines. He's not going to get vaccinated. What are your thoughts? Where do you think this is coming from for old Reggie Bush?
Well, this is just coming from playing football. There's just something about the football player's mind, because it's about the sport. The coaches always tell you got to give 120%. Mm-hmm. You have to give all of your body. Mm-hmm. You have to give everything you have. And so if you want to be really good at football, you're thinking like, man, like, what if I get this vax and like, now I can't run an out route?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas are really like, if I get the vax, now I can't break tackles no more. What's going to happen to me?
Sure. This vax might fuck up my CTE and I'll be reasonable in a way that I can't be for football.
I can't be.
Nah.
What do you mean I'm not going to yell at my wife anymore?
What do you mean I'm not going to be able to take advantage of my brain damage to give another man brain damage? That seems absurd.
What are you talking about? What do you mean I was on 2 seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians?
I never even met that lady.
Yeah, huh?
Well, Jamel, I think we did it. I think we did the thing. This was a lovely episode and a joy. Could you tell the people at home where they can find you, what cool shit you have going on?
Look, you can find me 1,000 places because none of my names online are connected in any way. Mm-hmm. It's Broccoli House on Instagram, okay? I don't sell weed anymore. Kept the name. At Broccoli House. Nonprofit Comic on Twitter.
Yep.
Also at Soccer Niggas. Keep in mind, it's Gold Cup time. It's a big soccer year. Mm-hmm. Euros, Bukayo Saka, we stand with you. Marcus Rashford on the other side. Oh, he's a fucking tosser. Fuck you, Marcus Rashford. But them other 2 niggas, you good with me.
Yep.
And so on and so forth. Oh, and NBA Storytime is a Blue Wire project, and I'm the host. Also at Airbuzz, if you want to hear the rest of Langston's All-Star Game tales, at least the ones he told us. There's the one in the archives with our guy Langston on the Airbuzz, at Airbuzz Pod on everything. And it's Jamel Johnson. It's spelled like it sounds.
Hell yeah. And Marcus Rashford, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you, Marcus Rashford. I don't know nothing about you. I got nothing to contribute for why fuck you, but my man say you suck. And as far as I'm concerned, he's right.
It's team allegiances, okay? And it's everything. We love your community service work and the outreach work you've been doing.
Fuck those kids and fuck you, Marcus Rashford. Fuck the communities you serve. I hope they all burn along with you, Marcus Rashford.
I like Arsenal. I didn't mean for any communities to get burned down. Marcus, if you email us, we'd love to have you on the show.
All right. Well, as always, you can follow me at Langston Kerman on everything. And please subscribe, do whatever it is you're supposed to do to podcasts. And if you want to send us shit, your theories, your opinions, your pushback against the horrific things that we say, please send them to mymommapod@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. Otherwise, bye, bitch.